Hey everybody, this is Malika Alif, and in my very first how-to tutorial, I am going to show you how I make my homemade enzyme probiotic rich sauerkraut. So let's get busy. First thing to show you what ingredients I have on hand, ingredients and supplies I have on hand. First thing first, of course, is your head of cabbage. Right here it is. I've already you want to make sure with your cabbage that all of your you peel off all of the leaves that are yucky looking or have any like black spots, because I think that's like mold or something. You want to peel all of those spots away, and most of the time I find that I prefer to have a smaller batch to fit in here, to make it fit into the mason jar best. So you want to make sure you peel all of that yucky stuff off, even if it seems like you're peeling off like most of the cabbage, but don't worry about that. Okay, and right here I have my head of cabbage, and you see it's already been cored. And I actually learned how to do this on, I think, another YouTube video that was showing me how to core, because before I was almost killing myself trying to trying to get this core out. So I already done that because I don't want to make the video longer than it needs to be. So okay, of course you have your cabbage, you have your sharp knife. Okay, try to use your best sharpest knife. Okay, I already said your mason jar and your lid. You can find these in most, well, I won't say most, but where I live, I find them in grocery stores. I think also Walmart, but I don't have a trouble finding them. Also, we have here my handy food chopper, and this, I'm not really sure where you can find these. I bought this like in this kitchen supply store here, and I know it's no longer open. And I do know that, and I won't say I know, but I think that Pampered Chef carries something similar to this, and I'm going to show you how it really works well for sauerkraut, actually better than the original tool that was required, which is what is that thing, the meat thing, the meat pounder thing that pounds meat. The original recipe calls for that, but I find that this tool works much better. Okay, also we have our sea salts. Okay, this is like the gray moist natural sea salt, and just a regular household pot. You can see that. Okay, first things first, we're going to start with the shredding of the cabbage. Oh, I just see another little leaf here with a little black spot on it, so I'm going to peel that off. Throw that to the side. Just want to make sure that my sauerkraut comes out perfect. And like I said, it's much smaller than the original one because I peeled off a lot of gunky stuff. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just cut it like so. And I like to put this other half to the side so it makes this part easier. So what I like to do is cut it in half and then cut it down the sides. Okay, cut it like this. That way it gives your shreds once they're, it gives it a nice length. You don't want your pieces of sauerkraut to be too long, and you want to have them kind of on the thin side, not too thin, not too thick. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm gonna put these in here, and you make sure you separate them. I'm looking if you can see that. Make sure you separate them really nicely. Well, you don't really have to, because you're gonna chop them up anyway with the food chopper. Okay, here's the other piece. All right, cut that. Kind of like you're cutting it in half, and then you're cutting it down the side. to get them nice and oh, I just realized I forgot to introduce my main product, which are the probiotics, but since I'm already busy, I'll just introduce it as I need it. Okay, so just, you know, work it around a little in the pot. So let me move this out the way. We're done with the cutting board for now. And then what we're going to do, oh, I forgot my tablespoon. I'll be right back. Let me go get that. Now this recipe requires a tablespoon of, well, it's not really mandatory, but I've always been doing it this way, so I like to stick with what I know. I already know what the finished product is like. So it requires a tablespoon of this sea salt. And the original recipe we called for, and I'm going to show you where I got the original recipe from. This book is called Nourishing Traditions. I don't know if you can see that. This is like, oh my gosh, this is the best cookbook / nutritional education you'll receive ever. I mean, what I learned in that book really transformed the way I looked at nutrition and food forever. So that is the original recipe called for whey. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've used whey before, but I found that it was just too much of a hassle to use it. And from learning about other ways of making sauerkraut online and stuff, I've learned that you don't really need whey in order to get a good finished product that's rich in good bacteria. So what I'm doing is actually this video is somewhat of an experiment. I'm using this, which is a probiotic capsule. And this is like a very high potency. It's called Healthy Origins Probiotic 30 billion CFUs. I forgot what CFU stands for. But this is a really high potency probiotic. And I'd rather use this instead of whey because I was tired of the mess and the I don't even want to go into it. It's just a big hassle. So what I'm going to do is open up a capsule. I think I don't know. I might use 3 capsules. I've never done this before, so I don't know. So I'm going to open up 3 capsules and dump them in my cabbage. Okay. So we're going to sprinkle oil. Sprinkles very nicely, much like sugar almost. Okay. So I'm going to take, I think I'll use 3. Okay. I'm going to use 3, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to open this up and dump this out. Okay. See, the reason that I'm using this is because I make this food, this is a healing food, a high nutrition food, and I want to make sure that it has the best quality nutrition in it. So I want to culture my my sauerkraut with a good quality starter culture. Now what I'm going to do is, what's required next is to do some chopping. Okay, now we use this to chop it, and what this does is this releases the natural juice, the natural water content inside of the cabbage. So let me get started chopping. I hope I don't make the camera fall, but I moved it off the table, so I hope the camera doesn't fall. Matter of fact, let me slide the table away from the chair where the camera is sitting. Probably making the floor vibrate. You might have some leaves flying. It's normal. And you'll notice as you chop that you'll see more moisture in the bottom of the pan. Ooh, we got pieces of cabbage flying, and this is definitely an exercise, for lack of better words. You really do work up a sweat. Oh, I found a piece of cord in here. I don't want that. You work up a sweat with this, definitely. Okay. Now what you're going to do is while you're chopping, you're going to try to feel the bottom. You hear that click, click, click. I'm hitting the bottom of the pan. And I'm definitely feeling some exertion in my arm muscles. So you can imagine people, you know, because this is a traditional food. This is not something you mass produce. You can imagine, you know, the great grandmas of you know, generations ago putting some muscles, you know, into their cooking. So, see, what I like I said, what I like about this tool right here is that it cuts up the leaves of the cabbage in addition to pressing the juices out. And the meat mallet, that's the word, the meat mallet, it kind of just presses, but it doesn't chop up the leaves of the doesn't chop as it presses. That's why I really love this tool. Woo. Yes, this is a food not for the faint at heart. You want to try to get it down to where you're hearing your tool make contact with the bottom of the pot. And you want to make sure you have a nice amount of liquid being released from the cabbage leaves. Because the cabbage has a large quantity of water. Hear that click, click? Every time I'm hitting, or most times I'm hitting. There's another big piece I don't know. But the real juice release. The real juice release is going to come when you put your cabbage inside of your mason jar. Another thing to note is that you want to make sure that your mason jar and all of your tools, including your hands, are very clean. This is a culturing process, and we do not want to get any bad, you know, any contamination from, you know, just whatever your tools or your hands. You don't want to get any contamination. As a matter of fact, as I finish this, I am going to go wash my hands again, because just as insurance, just to make sure that everything is super duper clean. I don't mean like sterile, like you don't have to boil anything or anything like that. But you want to make sure everything is clean to the best of your ability. And I'll be right back while I wash my hands. Okay, I'm back now. Now what we're going to do is just going to take this and put it inside of the mason jar. Now this is the messiest part of this job. And believe it or not, all of this is going to go inside here. Let me see if you can see how much is in there. It's all going to go in here, and we're going to press it down. And we're going to press it down some more. And we're going to press it down some more until we can't press anymore. Now this part is the tricky part for me, I know. Sometimes I've experimented with different tools in order to press it down. And I've even seen a special tool online called a kraut pounder. It's like this big wooden pounder thingy that that presses it down. You see how it's like full, but there's plenty of room to still press it down. I'm using my hands now, but I'm probably going to get another tool in order to press it down some more. And as the more you press down, that's not the tool I wanted. Oh, I'm not prepared for this video. I meant to get this tool out of my kitchen to help press it down. It's not that thing. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Oh. It's not a big, it's just a spoon. Okay. I don't know, see, I always forgotten that this is what I use. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this, we're gonna press down. It's not very comfortable to use a spoon, but that's what I have on hand. I have a kraut pounder. So you see, as you press down, it's going to be releasing more juices. Press. And you can see, I don't know if you can see here, but there's plenty of air pockets in there. We want to fill up all of those air pockets in. You'd be surprised how much you can fit in here. And then also another amazing thing that happens, you're going to see the juice start to come up in the top as the more you press down. I'm going to get some more. I always do this over here to make sure that you don't spill any all over the place. Press down with my hands first. Make sure it's really, really tight up in there. See, still plenty of air pockets. I'm going to tell you, one time I actually broke the glass one time. I don't remember what tool I was using, but I actually broke the glass one time at this step because I was, I don't know exactly what I was doing, but I know I broke the glass. The more you press down, the more juice is going to be released. Press down some more. Still some air pockets in there, I can see it. I can see that juice the bubbling up at the top. Okay. Press down. bubbling. Might not be able to get everything in there this time. It's hard to find the perfect size cabbage that will fit in here perfectly. There we go. See that nice juice coming up? I don't know if you can see those bubbles. That is what you are aiming to get. You want to get your you want to make sure that your sauerkraut is covered in its own juices. So if you see that, I don't know if you can see that. See it like it almost about to pour. I don't know if that's coming up right on the camera, but you can see the juices. They're just coming up, and that's exactly what you want to get. See if I can get a little bit, fit a little bit more in here. You don't want to overdo it because you'll end up with a lot of cabbage juice all over the wherever you put your sauerkraut to sit. And I've had that happen before, and it's a mess. Okay, there we go. I think that's about it. As much as we can fit in there, and there's that nice juice forming at the top. You don't want to go overboard, because like I said, it will bubble up. And I don't know if you can see that nice juice. I'm shaking it. You can see, I don't know if you can see that. But there's a nice barrier of juice at the top. And that's exactly what you want. And I can't fit any more in here. And then what we're going to do is seal with our lid. And I don't know if you can see it from the lighting. Okay, but you see how it has this greenish color? I don't know if you can tell with the lighting in here, but right now it has this greenish color. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit this in a I won't say, you don't want the area to be too hot or too cool, but you want to sit it in an area that can be undisturbed. And you're going to put it inside, sit it inside like something like maybe a pie dish, or even a bowl. You want to put it in something, because there's going to be some liquid exuding from this top. Even though it looks like it's sealed nice and tight, and you want it sealed nice and tight, there's going to be some liquid exuding from here. So you won't want to just put it on a table, because there's definitely going to be some mess. So there you have it. This is a healthy, nutritious, living food that is very helpful to the digestive system and all over health. So you see, it was not very hard to make. It does take a little elbow grease. So this is something nice you can make in your home, and very, very, like I said, very, very healthy and nutritious. And it also tastes very good with meats. I recommend it for something. It's almost like peanut butter and jelly. They just, meat and sauerkraut just go together. It just has this beautiful flavor combination going on. So that's it. Thank you for watching my very first how-to video, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, this is Malika Alif back, making a conclusion to this video. I just want to show you how the sauerkraut, how it looks after it's done. Actually, it's only been 1 day since I made the original video, and I don't know, I moved it from the original location. Hope that you can see the color better. And if you can see, I know I reviewed the video and you couldn't really tell the color, see the color that well. But in here, I hope it can show it better. You see how the cabbage has that yellowish color? That yellowish color indicates that it is ready. The original recipe calls for letting it sit out at room temperature for 3 days. But it's July in North Carolina, so that means that it is. So that means it's really warm. I have central air going most of the day, and it's still pretty warm in here. So I'm going to, and another thing, oh, remember I told y'all about that the juices exuding. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, there it is. You see that juice coming down? You always have to put it inside something. Another thing I wanted to show you was how it is to open it. Listen to that. I don't know if you can pick up that sound. Hear that? I'm trying to do this one-handed and it's not working. Come here, Habiba. Come on. Alright, I'm getting my daughter to help me hold the camera. Okay, just hold the camera right there. Yeah, right there. Keep it right there. No, keep it. Okay. I want to let you even see that. Come on, back up. Closer. Yeah, just keep it close up. Oh, it's really hard. I don't usually do it this tight. Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna do. Okay, and I want to show y'all how this opens. And I paused the video and we had a little mini explosion go on here, so I want to show you part of it. This is I'm going to show you exactly how it gets. To show you how the good bacteria and stuff, they start doing their thing. See that? Now this doesn't always happen. No, back up son. Okay, look at that. Look at all of that. This is a live food. Look at all of that life there. Look at those bubbles. Those lactobacillus are really, really active. I really think it might have something to do with the lactobacillus strains that I have in here. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that life right there. I've never had this happen before in my sauerkrauts that I've had. Look at that. It's just absolutely teeming with life. Can you imagine all the good stuff that you're going to put in your gut with this true living food? And look at all of that stuff that came down. Look at that. Like I said, that has never happened before, and that's a sign of a lot of life. It is teeming with good bacteria to put into your intestines. So like I said, you don't have to use that a probiotic capsule as a culture, but it can help really put some life into your culture. Okay, all right, you can stop it right